Hello, hockey fans. Austin here with the fan reaction, post-game reaction to Team Canada defeating Team Sweden 4-3 in overtime at the Four Nations face-off. And I've already had a lot of flack thrown towards me on social media because of my reaction to this game, my lack of excitement, even with Team Canada winning. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about why I'm still not completely sold on this tournament, despite the fact that the players obviously do care and they are trying, as it was very evident during this game that both teams really wanted to win. That's a good thing. From a fan perspective, that's a good thing. Nobody is phoning it in. Nobody's going out there on their shifts and just kind of lollygagging and then going back to the bench. This is a serious competitive tournament. So that bumps it up the ladder for me where I'm like, okay, I like this. But there are a few things that I still am not quite on board with, and that is the overall, I don't know, the overall tournament as a whole. It's still not best on best. Hello, Kitty. Looks like Kitty wants to come say hi to everyone. Hi, buddy. This is very rare. Kitty never jumps up here. Sometimes you get a mochi, but today we get a kitty. That's very exciting. So if you're watching right now, everyone say hello, Kitty Kitty. Hi, bud. How you doing? He clearly wants my attention. He probably doesn't want me to complain about this game, which I'm about to do, which means if you're going to hit the dislike button, I don't blame you. First period, obviously Team Canada got off to a real solid start. That power play clicked like 10 seconds in. There's a lot of talk about that power play heading into this tournament, just how disgusting it is with everyone that's on it. You have Crosby on it, McDavid, McKinnon, Makar. It's an absurd power play. And if you're going to take penalties against Team Canada, you're likely going to watch that puck hit the back of your net because there's just too much talent to not do that. And the top unit showed why you don't take penalties against them. So that's great. 1-0 Canada. Crowd was into it. By the way, the crowd in Montreal, holy smokes, that was just phenomenal energy. You absolutely love to see that. And then Team Canada, they get a second goal later in the first period. Brad Marchand, it's very awesome to see him getting cheered in Montreal. That is a very rare thing to see. But for Brad Marchand, who obviously has represented Team Canada in the past at that World Cup in 2016, nice goal. Nice setup by Braden Point. Seth Jarvis also got an assist on that one, so that was terrific. I would have liked to see more Seth Jarvis in general. I thought Seth Jarvis played very well in his limited ice time. Would have liked to see him on the ice a lot more. Second period, though, this is where things really started to turn and my thoughts towards the game started to turn a little bit negative. And it wasn't because of Canada or Sweden. It was just because of how the game started to get played. And it was a very defensive stalemate. Both teams just kind of waiting for a mistake. And it felt like very just neutral zone dump and chase hockey. There wasn't a whole lot going on, not a whole lot of chances for either team. Brodin, he made it a 1-goal game about halfway through the second period. And then Mark Stone ended up scoring near the end of the period, assisted by Crosby, to make it 3-1 Canada heading to the third. Now you think third period, 2-goal lead, that should be no problem. However, 2-goal leads are the worst lead in hockey. The third period, Sweden came out and they came out with a goal, and that was to win this hockey game, and they almost did. Sweden, Adrian Kempe, he scored just 2 minutes into the third period to make it a 1-goal game, and then Joel Eriksson Ek, he ties the game up about halfway through the third period, and Team Canada was still just kind of, it looked like they were just waiting to get to overtime. I don't know. The way Canada was playing, the way Sweden was playing after Sweden tied it, again, it just turned into this like chess match where you're just waiting for a mistake. Yes, there was a great opportunity for Devin Taves set up by McDavid that Gustafsson had to fly across his crease. He made an incredible blocker save. But other than that, there wasn't a whole lot of looks for many of these players on the ice. And with how much talent is on the ice, I just expected a little bit more. I expected a little bit more. I didn't expect it to be as slow-paced during certain moments, but that's hockey, you know, the ebbs and flows. Sometimes it's back and forth crazy nonsense. Sometimes you do get into this holding pattern where both teams are kind of just figuring each other out. As this game wore on, though, I was getting bored. I thought the second and third period, it was putting me to sleep. And maybe that was intentional by both teams. They're trying to do that to their opponent. As a fan, I just wasn't super into it. And I was talking to a friend last night, and, you know, they were kind of asking me why I'm still not into it, even after Canada won in overtime. It was Mitch Marner with the OT winner, assisted by Sidney Crosby. Crosby, of course, player of the game. He had 3 assists. He was the best player for Team Canada, and at 37 years old, that's just hysterical to me that this guy who has been around it, he's been through numerous Olympics, has 2 Olympic gold medals in 2010 and 2014. Sidney Crosby showed why he is captain of this team. He showed why he is so important to Team Canada, why Canadian fans adore him so much. But I was asked after the game by a friend why I still didn't find the game exciting, why I'm still not excited about this tournament. And I think there's a couple reasons. Number one, as an Oilers fan, I obviously see McDavid out there. I want to see McDavid win on the world's biggest stage. We've got to see Crosby win Olympic gold, scored the gold medal winning goal in 2010 in Vancouver. Just a once in a lifetime, just incredible moment for him. And then we saw Sidney Crosby again win another Olympic gold in 2014. Connor McDavid has not had the opportunity to play a true best on best global event like the Olympics. He hasn't had that opportunity. So yes, he does get to don the Canadian sweater. But for me as an Oilers fan, because I don't view this tournament as highly as other tournaments where I've seen other players on this team have an impact and win gold and represent their country in a more meaningful way, I think that's where the disconnect is with me in this tournament. Because McDavid, he's still under Crosby's shadow, which, again, nothing wrong with that because Crosby's amazing and I love him. But he doesn't get to have, like, this isn't really a legacy thing for me. Like, if Connor McDavid, for some reason, if they just never do the Olympics, but Connor McDavid has a gold medal win from the Four Nations on his resume, it just doesn't look nearly as good or as fun or as impressive as a gold medal at the Olympics. Like, that's just kind of my logic. It's hard to explain, but because I don't see this tournament as a hugely, I don't know, is it ambitious? Maybe, but the NHL, they undercut this whole thing before the game even started. They had a little press conference announcing an 8-team World Cup for 2028. And then they announced that, and I'm like, well, I want that. I want the 8-team World Cup. I don't want this 4-team, 4 nations. I want the 8-team best on best. A tournament that includes Germany, Russia, Czechia. I mean, that's what I want. Right? You have 4 teams in this. They each play 3 games, and then you have your championship game, and it just doesn't feel the same to me. And maybe I'm asking too much as a fan. Maybe I'm complaining too much. Maybe I'm just a Debbie Downer. Maybe everyone's hitting the down like button, the thumbs down. That's what it's called. Maybe I'm just too harsh. Am I happy that Team Canada won? Obviously. And am I excited for the Canada versus US game on Saturday? Sure. I'm not like overly excited, but I am excited. And I'm a lot more excited than I would be if this was just a regular all-star event. So the NHL's job was, let's try and get fans to tune into something that isn't all-star related. Are they doing that job well? Yes. I would say yes, because someone like me, I don't tune into the all-star stuff. I never did. I never have. I would kind of take a look at the skills competition highlights, but that's the extent of the all-star that I cared about. I think the last all-star game that I actually watched was when John Scott won MVP. When he represented the Pacific Division and he scored a hat trick, and it was hilarious. But all the politics regarding that and trying to keep him out of the All-Star game, that still left a sour taste in my mouth as well. This tournament, we'll see if it gets better. I am curious to see how it progresses from what we saw last night. I'd like to see a little bit more. We have USA versus Finland today, so that could be an exciting game. I do feel like USA is probably just going to smash Finland, though. I'd like to be proven wrong. Go Finland. And then, of course, Saturday, you have Sweden against Finland, Canada against the U.S. I will be doing a live stream commentary for that Canada-U.S. game. I will be off and able to do that. So if that's something that interests you, just make sure to smash the like button on this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you really enjoy my content or want to see more and you want to hear me complain more about the Four Nations, I think I'm one of the only people on the internet sphere that is complaining about this thing and just doesn't have that excitement. And I feel bad. But it wouldn't be me if I was pretending to enjoy something, right? I don't want to come across as disingenuous. I don't want to come across as someone that's just pretending to enjoy something because I see other people enjoying it. I am sticking true to my own beliefs here. I'm sticking true to myself as a hockey fan. This is still a tournament that I don't quite really care about. But maybe that Canada versus US game, maybe that'll ignite a little fuel into the fire that's in my chest, and maybe we'll see some hatred, we'll see some excitement come out of me for that game, especially considering the other things going on around the world with regards to Canada and the USA. So the rivalry there, that could be great to see. So I'm looking forward to that. Maybe we'll see. Anyways, that is all from me. Thank you so much for watching. I guess it was more of a rant than a post-game fan reaction, but hey, What do you do? What do you do, folks? I hope you did enjoy the game. Please let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. I want to know if this game specifically, Canada versus Sweden, did sell you, or if you're still waiting to see what Canada versus the US looks like before you're kind of, make your decision on if you like this tournament format or not. And yeah, tell someone that you love them. And as always, fight like a kid, fight like Ben. Let's go, Canada.